That down. Let's move over to this, shall we? Recently there's a little bit of a stir going on when Jeremy Renner came out and revealed that Marvel and Disney had only offered him half, at least in his words, of what they paid him to be in Hawkeye season 1. To which I thought, well, maybe he's got a smaller role. But he said, no. They want me to do double the work and spend 8 months on set, which says to me that it's actually an increased role for him in it. So it got me really interested about like how on earth are they going to deal with this? But he kind of sounded in it like it wasn't a done deal that he wasn't going to do it. Well, now, according to a report, it's Superhero Hype is reporting that Jeremy Renner, who just did an interview on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, and he's kind of mentioned that, oh no, he's still totally up for doing Hawkeye season 2. It's not all finalized yet, and he may very well be in there. Anyway, this is what's written over there. Speaking with Josh Horowitz on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Renner was asked if some rumors regarding where potential Hawkeye season 2 could go, the Raid-like story featuring Clint's brother were true. To which Jeremy Renner said, maybe some of that is true in there. I don't know, Renner said. We got into it a little bit, sort of story-wise and stuff. Everybody is interested in it. I'm like, yeah, of course, man. I wouldn't say no to that. I think there are a lot of ideas. They've still got a lot of figuring out to do. Then goes on to say, while the topic of the salary didn't come up, Renner did tell Horowitz that he's still game to do more Hawkeye, especially because it helps fund his Rennervation Foundation for foster care and at-risk youth. Additionally, Renner dodged any kind of comment about whether or not he'll be in Avengers Doomsday. So far, his casting in the forthcoming Marvel movie has not been officially confirmed. All right. So if we just go back to it again, it kind of sounded like, and a lot of people believed, and I understand why, a lot of people believed that that was it. It was official. There's not going to be a Jeremy Renner in a Hawkeye season 2, which, I mean, if you think about it, if they wanted him for twice as much work and 8-month commitment, it doesn't sound like you just do Hawkeye season 2 without him. Like, it sounds like they've got it all set up where they absolutely need him to be in there at this point. But a lot of people saw what he said, and it's understandable considering the tone of what he said, and thought that he was basically saying that he's not going to be in Hawkeye season 2. But it does kind of sound here, Rob, a lot like what he's saying is, oh yeah, I turned down that offer, but that doesn't mean the door's closed. I turned down the offer. I said no to getting half the salary, but it sounds like they're still talking. It still sounds like he's saying he's totally down to do it. And it sounds like there's still more stuff to figure it out. So, Rob, I got to ask you, at the end of the day, by the time we get a Hawkeye season 2, is Jeremy Renner going to be in it? And then kind of an additional question to that is, how important or not important is it for them to continue to have Jeremy Renner right now in the MCU? How do you see this?
Well, Hawkeye to me has always been a kind of a foundational member of the Avengers, and he grounds the humanity of the team. And I think, he's one of the last of the original Avengers that's still around. So I think it's important that they keep him. Look, if that guy can survive being stomped on by 1,000-pound or whatever tractor, I mean, he's keep the guy around. And, the fact that he went back to his mayor of Easttown,
Mayor of Kingstown,
Mayor of Easttown, something else. But that's the man's a phenomenal actor. He's a fantastic screen presence. I love him as Hawkeye. I love the character. I think they really should keep him. And, I guess he hasn't been announced as a member of the cast of Doomsday, but I'm sure he's got to be in Secret Wars. And I want to see him. I want to see him as Ronan wrecking fools. We never got to see what Ronan could really do. And maybe in Secret Wars, we will. I love that costume. I mean, they got to bring him back. They just pay the man. Like they said, he gives his money to charity.
I know, but I mean, look, you still got to be financially responsible, right? If you're a studio, you can't just give whatever. But I mean, at least pay him what you paid him for season 1. I mean, at the very least.
Yeah, you got to do that. And look at how much money. I mean, if you look at the Avengers movies he's been in, all 4 of them, the Avengers movies alone come on. There's some value there. There's some
Yeah.
value.
Oh,
to have
yeah. Oh, yeah,
OG
absolutely.
Avengers.
By the
I
way,
mean-
I see some people in the live chat saying, well, they've already replaced him. Kate Bishop is Hawkeye now. No, she's not. They still refer to Kate Bishop as Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
You know, Jeremy Renner is still Hawkeye. Now, he may at some point pass the title on to her and all that kind of stuff. Like, for me, I think you absolutely have, I think it's very important for Marvel to keep Jeremy Renner in the fold because, like you were pointing out, there's just not many OGs left. Like, when you go back to that iconic scene in that first Avengers film, Rob, where like they're all standing in the circle and the camera pounds around them, half of them are gone. Tony's gone, Steve's gone, Natasha's gone, Hulk is at a picnic somewhere. I mean, really, all you've got left is Thor and him. And I think, go ahead.
Well, I'm really looking forward if they stick with him. I really like the relationship that he was developing with Yelena, how Yelena wanted to kill him in the Hawkeye show. And that the relationship that there could be a mentor-student relationship or brothers-in-arms relationship between the two of them. I think that there's a great dynamic to be mined there for dramatic purposes. You know, whereas as Hawkeye, I could see Hawkeye and Yelena because they're both humans, unenhanced humans. So there's a great dynamic that could develop between those characters. And I'd like to see that happen moving forward in the MCU.
I agree. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Stitch Fix. Guys, you know I love movies, but you also know I have absolutely no fashion sense, and I absolutely hate shopping for my clothes. But thankfully, I have found a better way. Stitch Fix online personal styling makes it easy. With Stitch Fix, I get a stylist who understands my style, size, and budget, and they do all the shopping for me. Because look, shopping and figuring out style can be overwhelming, especially for somebody like me. When it comes to getting dressed, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. That's why I love having a Stitch Fix stylist. They really know what works for me. I get pieces that make me look great, and it's a real confidence boost. You just give your stylist your size, style, and budget preferences. You get to order boxes when you want and how you want, no subscription required. They send you personalized pieces, and the fit is always on point. No stores, no crowds, no stress. Just personalized looks that you will love. So guys, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/Campea. That's stitchfix.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Jeremy Renner is now saying in interviews that, hey, listen, it's not over. I am still totally open to playing Hawkeye, and we're still just getting it figured out. Do you expect to see him in Hawkeye season 2? And maybe even more importantly, how important or unimportant do you see having Jeremy Renner still in the fold as one of the last remaining OG Avengers in this universe? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.